Hello lovely people, this video comes to you from Alicante, which is rather nice and sunny. I hear it's raining back home, shocking. I'm having some time on my own. Who knew that was the thing? I haven't cooked for anyone, I haven't cleaned any clothes, I haven't asked a teenager to go for a shower. I've just sat on the beach. Rather lovely, methinks. Anyway, exotic as the location is, the next chapter in the Jesus Storybook Bible that I am looking at is a new beginning. So this is when God sees that the world's all gone a bit Pete Tong, and he asks Noah, do you know what, you're my faithful friend, can you build a big boat in the desert? Because I need to destroy the world and start again. And I guess my first thoughts are the fact that would I be part of the ones that got destroyed because you know, the days where you're not doing so great, or would I be the Noah? And if I'm part of the people that get destroyed because I'm not doing so well, then that's a really scary thought. And if I'm Noah, that's quite a scary thought too, because in his obedience he builds a great big boat in the desert. I don't think he's ever built a boat before, and I don't think they've ever seen water before, and yet he's obedient enough to say to God, yeah, I'll build a big boat and I'll stick some animals on it. And yeah, obviously I'm really scared if I'm part of the lot that get destroyed, but I'm thinking, would I have built the boat? Would I have been that obedient? Would I have not cared what anyone would have thought and just gone ahead and built a massive boat and then stuck a load of animals on it? I mean, how long did that even take? And like, what was he thinking? What were people thinking? And did he even care what people thought? They came out and laughed at him, and he carried on regardless. And I'm hoping that I would be as obedient as Noah, and I would build the boat no matter what people thought of me, no matter if people were laughing at me. But sometimes I can't even share the gospel without wondering what people will think, or I can't pray for healing without wondering if people will laugh at me and stuff. So I don't know. I'm glad God chose Noah, not me, and I'm glad I'm the other side of the fall and God choosing Noah, and I'm glad I'm the other side of Jesus coming to rescue us all, because not quite sure, to be honest. So yeah, I guess pretty simply for this one, I just feel stirred to wonder, what is God asking me to do? Am I obedient in doing that? Do I care what people think of me? What if it's just raising my kids differently to how the world is raising their kids? Am I doing that obediently? Do I care what culture says or society says, even though it might be different? Even for my own kids, are they wondering, why do you not do it the same as everyone else when it comes to screen time or mobile phones or the internet or discipline or yeah, all those kind of things. So not sure if I've got any actual answers, as always with these little vlogs. More if it's just questions on, am I being who God's called me to be? Am I obedient? Would God be able to look at me in Noah's times and think, gosh, she's the faithful one that I'll choose? Or do I just relate in the fact that my house often smells like Noah's Ark must have done? Although not this week. My house smells beautiful because, well, my current, Airbnb house. Yeah, and I guess the other thought I was just thinking was that as the storm came, which it inevitably does, God knew that the storm would end. God knew that peace would come. And I guess for when we're in our own storms, just to be encouraged that God does know, and he does know when the storm will come to an end, and he does know whether we'll get all broken up by the storm or whether our boat, our heart, our mind, our family will still be intact at the end of it. So I think I was encouraged by the fact that God knows when the storm is coming, knows how bad it'll be, and knows just knows that he is God and he is faithful and he'll see us through the storms, and eventually there will be an end to the storm. And so that's encouraging too. So they're my thoughts. Am I being obedient in what God's called me to? And am I encouraged by the fact that the storm, he knows the days and times. He knew exactly when the puddles would become the flood. He knew when the rains would come, and he knew when they would stop again, and when Noah would find dry land. And I am encouraged by the fact that God knows when storms will end, and how small we seem in the midst of a massive storm, how small the ark must have seemed in the midst of the actual flood happening. Yet at the time it must have seemed, when he was building it, it must have seemed massive. But yet when it's the only thing working and around, it must have seemed absolutely tiny. But God knew where the ark was at all times, and he knew who was safe on the ark. And so I guess that's the encouragement for today. Thanks.